Turn me up. Let's go. Hey, hola mi gente. It's your man, the Afro-Rican Orlando Crespo. Guess what? Giving you the rice and beans. Know what I mean? What up, slime?
Hey, what's happening? It's your boy College Pot Steve.
Okay.
Sean.
Steve.
Sean.
Let's get into it. Let's go.
College Pot Sean here with a little paint where it ain't a little seasoning with some reasoning. We got a special guest today. Tell the people who he is.
Hi everyone, my name is Jadah. I'm the founder and CEO of AdultingwithMoi, and I'm your new financial best friend.
Okay.
What up, though? Y'all know the voice. 1-8. We here with another exciting week. Let's go.
What's happening, fellas?
Steve.
Yeah, I got me a new name.
You've been called.
I got a new name, Steve.
Damn. You go with Steve. College Park, Steve.
College Pot Steve.
It got a ring to it. Very low ring, but it got a ring to
I
it.
don't know nobody named Steve in College Park. Not now.
Oh, now you want to be real country with it.
man.
Now you want to be real College Park
I'm
with it.
just
Okay.
saying, you know. But it's
Is that
all
brother's name Steve out there? I mean,
How did I know?
straight up.
I don't know no Steves in College Park.
Or anywhere in the country.
I know a couple Steves.
Oh, okay.
Well, if your name is Steve out there, we need you to like and subscribe to the Soundproof Upro.
My man.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Quick on your feet.
Hey,
That's what I'm
I'm
talking
trying
about.
to target the white audience.
We need all audience. We need them all.
Everybody.
We need them all.
Everybody to like and
Young,
subscribe.
old, we need them all.
We need you, Steve.
Especially you STEMI checks people. We need all y'all too.
Stimmy checks.
We need all y'all too.
That's the new
man.
terminology going on around here.
Stimmy.
Stemmy.
Stimmy.
Did you get your stimmy?
No, it ain't hit yet.
Oh.
I owe them folks. I don't even know if I'm going to get that thing.
You will get it. You
Oh,
should
am I?
get it, even if you owe. I don't know how much you owe now.
Yeah, nice feature.
He said 9
Nine
page.
page.
9 page.
You know, I'd rather had to eat when I was having them little ones. You know what I'm saying? So I did some things I probably ain't proud of.
That shouldn't be
They
on
came
paper.
back
That
to
should have
get
been
me,
under the
though.
table, though.
You know, I come on the table. I come on this podcast to put my life out there. I make myself vulnerable.
Shout out to the production team because I don't want you to go too deeper into what you about to.
Thank you.
KO Madison, shout out.
Edit that, please.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
can take that out.
We got security / studio audience / CEO of Rude Intellect.
Bartender.
Everybody here today.
Yeah, we got
Watch
it
your
rolling.
mouth.
Yes, indeed.
That's what's up.
Young lady.
Yes.
Young lady.
Yes. Are you shocked?
I mean, you can go for 40.
Really?
No, I just wanted to say it. But
Y'all are no. Y'all all did think I was in my 30s though.
let us know
Not
why.
me. I didn't
What'd
say.
you say?
I said 28. See, you don't even remember. My
said-
name
I
is
said-
not Steve.
I said 35.
I said 35.
I look good to be 35. That's the truth.
Black don't crack.
But
Wow, don't play with me.
let's go on with the show.
Right.
You know, what a doom button that.
Which,
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
I know y'all.
But no, let's get for real. Let's get serious. This lady here for a reason.
Right.
And let's get into that. Let the people know why you're here.
Well, I'm just here to talk about my business. I
Boy.
am the founder and CEO of Adulting with Moi. It's a financial literacy educational program, and basically I help educate and engage millennials on financial literacy and all things finance.
so what led you to get into that field, into that avenue?
So basically, adulting's ghetto, and they expect you to graduate and pay bills on time and every month. And I was like, what the heck is that, right? So I had to call my dad, and I was like, Daddy, this is some ghetto shit. Oh, wow. I was supposed to cuss it out. My
I mean, you can
Yeah,
cuss.
you do what you want.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
We own this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
And so I was like, I just don't know what's going on. You kind of get thrown into adulthood. You don't have the proper tools. Obviously, we're not taught financial literacy tools, anything like
Right.
that. So when you're young, graduating like I did 3 or 4 years ago now, I was like, well, I need to figure out what I'm doing because I don't want to be, missing out on opportunities. So that's why I really just started doing my own research. And that's what started the whole business.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
how long have you been doing this? How long have you been involved in it?
So the business, technically, it's about 1.5 years old. I've been like all about my own finance personally since I graduated, but actually putting into a structure where I have a platform and series, created masterclass, all those things that happened like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how's it going for you thus far?
It's great. I'm happy to announce that my stats went up, so I'm happy. If you guys check me out on Instagram, I actually helped my clients save over $50,000 to this date, so I'm excited.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And even more exciting, I've helped them pay off over $90,000 worth of debt.
Wow.
So I'm excited.
That's what's up.
That's good stuff. That's a good stuff. You get another one.
Thank you.
Yeah,
They get the one, yes.
That's good. I think that's important though, because like you said, it's not taught to us, especially minorities.
Right.
It's not taught in school, and a lot of times it's something that a family member have to sit you down and go over and this and that. My dad still writes checks. He still has a
Shout out to Frank.
yeah, he still got a checkbook, and he keep, he know where every single one of his pennies is going.
Right.
I ain't like that.
Oh,
Brother did the same thing.
We got cussed out last week for what to go, what not
for
want to go
doing
pick up the
DoorDash.
chicken. Right.
He went off on us for ordering DoorDash.
We got
Y'all gonna
cussed
get him
out.
an extra $20, and you this 5 cars
Yeah.
sitting out there, and you ain't gonna go.
Shout out to
I
Frank.
said, look.
Yo, you know where the money going.
He cussed us out last weekend
Yeah.
on,
As he should.
on his birthday.
All right. I'm curious though. So, let me ask y'all, why don't you think these subjects are taught in school?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
go
anybody
That's a
can
good
answer.
You go ahead, though. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, personally, I feel like because there's a key, like there's great fundamentals into learning about financial literacy,
Sure.
right? So building generational wealth. If you look at different race groups, right, the Jewish community or the whites, they're kind of taught or kind of brought up with, saving bonds or, bonds and stuff like that, trust, stuff that we haven't really heard about, right? And so when we have kids, we're not taught or beforehand. We weren't talking
Sure.
about the savings plans for your kids that you can have, stuff like that to prepare for that. But the reason why I think is because, wealth is power, right? So I think they knew that and they keep it out of it, like keep us out of that, And that's why it's not taught in schools either.
Yeah.
High school is not to make you smart. High school is just a place, and this is my opinion. Let me say that it's to provide a job for somebody else.
Sure.
So that's all it really is. You don't really you look at high school over here. You learn a lot of things that you don't really use once you leave. But you look at high school over in Asia, other places. Like they start you off on what you're gonna be in life
Early.
They ain't got time for home ec and your gym class. They don't care about your weightlifting stats. I mean, this is real. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you decide, what they decide, because you know what it is, you're gonna be. You start on that path early, so that over here it just. I remember a guy came from when I was in high school. He came from overseas. He was a foreign exchange student, and we were in 9th grade, I think, and they had to move him all the way up to actually a senior.
Wow.
Because he was just so far advanced. You know what I'm saying? And then he did that. He went back to where we was from. It was over. But that made me look at it different back then. Like, we over here getting played. But I had to realize it's like a factory.
Right.
We are the parts. You know what I'm saying? The teachers are the machines. Put it together, boom, you now got a product. I ain't saying it's a good product. Wow. It's just a product.
That's real. Point. I mean, you hear jobs, they would say, from entrepreneur spectrum, they're like jobs are just over broke, right? You got a job, you get paid just enough so you can stay. Obviously, they pay you just enough so that you can keep going. Because obviously, if you don't tolerate it, you don't want to tolerate it, you'll move to another job, right? So they don't educate us about, making our money work for ourselves. And you don't even have to have our own business, but just investing, right? Making money work for you in different ways is a great tool to financial freedom. And that's really what the passion was, because I want that from my family and, of course, my future kin to come.
I got you.
Yeah, that's very important, because one thing you left out when you was talking about why you think they don't teach it, you were saying how the whites had the money. A lot of people had the money or whatever. I mean, the system was put in place to keep us not to be equal with them. So they got all kind of laws and stuff that were created to keep us, inferior to them.
Yes.
So that was
you have to pay for the you have to pay for the education you want, even in high school, if you want to exceed, if you got a plan to be
excel,
wealthy,
okay,
not rich, wealthy.
Yeah, there's a difference. Rich is
You have to pay for that education.
Okay.
You know, or you just happen to hit your stride and go on. But that's how many kids go to high school. You know what I'm saying? How many come out of that? You have to pay for that education.
Yeah. What's the? I heard both of y'all say it's the difference between rich and wealthy. What's the difference?
We rich. If you look at a poor person, we rich. We kind of got
I see that.
Yeah.
we kind of got a little bit of leeway. Like we can DoorDash. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna simplify it.
That's
I'm
real.
gonna bring it all the way
That's
down.
real.
Because a poor person can't DoorDash. You know what I'm saying? I look at poor as is kind of different. You know, poor is, you know, like your dad. You know, not saying he poor. Excuse me, Frank. I do not say that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
poor to me is when I came up in it. We would never think about a DoorDash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Like,
you know, we would never
You
think
got-
about $200 gym shoes and like poor to me was really a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my parents for, you know, making it a way for me to be here today the best they could. But, you know, poor to me was, you know, like me and my homeboy talk about, it's 5 days a week in school, but you only got 3 pair of pants.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that was poor to me. You know what I'm saying? Wealthy. To me, wealthy people, man, it comes with generations. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump is wealthy. Y'all don't want to mention his name. Y'all don't care. Right. You know what I'm saying? Donald Trump is wealthy. He's never seen a bad day money-wise in his life.
Right.
So, you know, when we come to with these poor problems, he's looking at, you know, people like they crazy. Like, what y'all talking about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't relate.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the difference for me. You know, I don't know what it is for y'all.
No, I just wanted that was a great definition because I've heard that a few times and I never really just sat down and tried to stomach it.
What you got?
Yeah, so for me, shorter, rich is a mindset, right? Wealthy is a lifestyle. So when people say, I want to get rich, I want to get paid, that's not a mindset. I'm sorry. It's a moment in time, excuse me. So yes, you're rich today, but how long, like what's the longevity of your dollar, right?
Right.
So if you think about Jay-Z when he's like, oh, if you can't buy it twice or 3 times, whatever, you can't afford it. That's real truth. Because obviously you could buy it one time. That's great because you were rich in that moment. You had the money in that moment. It's a time, space. Wealthy is when your kids don't have to work, like that song, you know, I'm so wealthy that my grandkids, kids is taken care of. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
real.
So that's like longevity. It just sustains time. Or yeah.
I want them to work though.
Oh no, yeah.
Maybe some spoiled brats.
Man, who you
No,
telling?
yeah, I mean, I
mean,
think you
you
can
know.
create a value. Like for me, I think you can definitely. I know I'm going to be wealthy or a millionaire. You know, I'm going to tap into that for my
Speak it.
Right. It's the truth. You have to
Speak it.
manifest it, right?
Right.
And I am breaking generational bondage and all that stuff for my family, and I'm proud to do it. It's a lot, but here we are. So with that said, oh no, my kids will work, but it'll be different. They won't. They're going to work smarter, not harder.
Right.
So just like you were saying,
Right.
like I'm going to teach these kids, and I'm learning, of course, myself early on of like, if my kids, to be honest, I said this to one of my girlfriends. I said, if my child came to me with a real well written out letter of why they don't want to go to college because they have already a functioning business that they've been taught or they've been working towards because I've helped them grow it in high school or whatnot, I would let them do that. Well, I would take out that day.
Absolutely.
Right.
If I already see you doing this. Now, if not, I would say go get the degree because
Right.
it's just, that's the society we live in, you know, it helps. So, yeah.
Go get the degree.
I heard that could be part of some bad financial
Go
advice.
ahead, Crespo. I'm gonna come back to you on that one. Go get the degree.
No, that's what I heard. I kind of read that on an article earlier today or yesterday.
Okay.
They said that was like one of the reasons that could be considered bad financial advice. Save. Go to college. Pay off whoever you owe first. And I wish I could pull that up on my phone and go in more to depth, but it kind of made sense though. Because if you think about it, say we did go to school. I'm for the betterment of everybody. You know what I mean? Do your thing or whatever. But college isn't for everybody. Why not a trade school?
Right.
You know what I mean? You some of the people graduate in a boatload of debt.
You know what I look at?
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't trying to be a doctor,
A lawyer,
like something like that really
Need the schooling too.
needs the
Sure.
schooling, because I mean to be a sports manager and all that, do you really need to go to school? Like let's say you're an accountant,
Right.
because all you're dealing with is numbers. You know what I'm saying? If you know the language of the numbers, you good. Do you really need to go to school for 6 years? And I don't know how long it is. I'm just throwing a number out there for that. Versus if somebody got to be cut open and you see a heart pumping, because I'm gonna pass out. I ain't gonna, like I'm going to sleep.
for that.
Yeah, I ain't built for that. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. You know, but it's a lot of people that's going to school to do things that, and I love my people to death. All time hustlers is out here already doing.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A business mindset can get a lot done faster than going sitting in a classroom and paying somebody $1,000.
Right.
Because if you got the drive to learn it, you don't need, like I'm watching a dude right now go from nothing to his business mindset got him selling sweatshirts and spring line coming next week, t-shirts, Real Intellect.
Say that.
And he went to junior college. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
He ain't going back to school to do that. And who knows where it could float for him. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it get him all the way to the top. You know what I'm saying?
We
But
going too. I'm going.
yeah, if he going, we going. He definitely
He owe me
you know what I'm saying?
$20. He owe me $20.
I mean, but like you feel like, I look at a lot of people in business, man, especially in the music business, because you see a lot of these CEOs and they ain't went to nobody's school, man.
Right.
They took the knowledge they got from selling drugs. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Pretty much.
Because the world works in the same way.
Yeah,
It's legal and illegal.
Right. Yeah.
And they applied it to the legal world, and it worked for them. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes that paper, man, holds people back from getting their dreams.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how, my opinion on that. That paper, man, we was taught.
I will say it's a taught thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
I feel like, if you don't mind.
go ahead, love.
I feel like, yes, it is a taught thing, right? For me, I can speak only for me, right?
Sure.
I was the first member of my family to complete 4 years in one consecutive time without breaks. My parents were able to go to college, but they both couldn't finish. Columbia is expensive. Pace, my mom went, and she couldn't finish because of money, lack of financial literacy, all that great stuff. And so that's why, they pushed me to go to college, and they pushed and did everything they could, and I thank them to get me through college, all the way up, right? But I feel like I agree, like I said, for my future kids, if they got that business hustle and all that stuff and they don't need it, and I set up a foundation, a lifestyle where they don't need to do that, I'll let it. But also, again, we live in a society where if that child needs to get a job, they're going to look at it at this metric system. So it's almost like you have to play the game to win. So, yes, I graduated from Mount Holyoke College. Shout out to my host. And
Massachusetts, right?
yes.
Holyoke.
Yeah, Mount
Holyoke
Holyoke College. Yeah,
Dude,
the
know a
founding
lot of
women's
stuff.
college.
I heard shout out to my hoes. I was
That's
lost.
what I.
Yeah, I was.
It's all female.
Yeah, I was.
Like Spellman.
I didn't have nothing else to say. I'm just like, shout out to my hoes. Like, what we doing here?
See y'all out there in
It's funny.
Massachusetts.
Right. We only mohos can call each other mohos.
Oh, okay.
They're Miles. What?
Okay, Mount Holyoke
I
College.
like Miles too. Where they at? Where the Mohos at?
Y'all are annoying.
I was just like, what we doing here?
I was gonna let her
Y'all
finish.
gonna let me rock too.
Well, why not?
No, okay, those are college days. But no, listen. So basically, yes, Founding Women's College, Ivy League Sister School of Dartmouth. And yes, the PWI, predominantly white, if y'all don't know. But yes.
Dartmouth, yeah, I've heard of Dartmouth.
Yes, so those
And
are
then
Ivy
you
League
shot out
schools.
with your mom with Columbia. I heard what you said.
Yeah.
Y'all Ivy League. Y'all
No, I mean,
Okay.
but I have to be honest. I say it because I was going to say that if my dad were able to finish and have that degree from Columbia, our lives would be different.
Yeah,
and he didn't go
definitely
back.
would. Yeah.
And now when the recession hit, when it did so many years ago, they got put out, right? Because they didn't have a degree. So when they were doing the rehiring, both of them were unemployed for a longer periods of time, which obviously made our family struggle more, longer than an average person that probably had a degree. So those types of lack of financial knowledge, is like lack of financial literacy, all that other stuff really affects your generation to come. And here I am. God be the glory. I'm fine. We're great. But there's a lot of families that didn't even get that far.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or had some type of degree.
Right.
So, or partial, college. So as I was saying, I just felt like you have to play the game, right? I graduated from there with a math degree, Chinese minor. I did that. Why? Because, well, I wanted to be that black girl that knew Chinese. I stood out to people. When I got my first job at a big bank, you know, so I don't know if y'all got endorsed or not. Y'all should get it, so I don't want to say the name. But, you know.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
A bank.
Okay, a big, y'all all know them.
Send a check.
Yes, y'all all know them. But it's a big institutional bank. Those types of credentials, that name, Mount Holyoke is an Ivy League school, math degree, black girl from Newark. Mo. Shut up.
And she knows Johnny.
Okay, and I know, you know, I stood out, right, as this black girl. Let's get her. That now entered me into a new bracket, tax bracket that my parents started off, right? Wow. So now I've transitioned from that job, and now actually, shout out, I'm starting a new job April 1st, and I'm getting into a new tax bracket, right? Because I'm breaking those generational wealth barriers that my parents couldn't do because of the lack of degree.
And on top of that, you got your own.
Exactly. Right. And that's the thing. So my job, if they see this, you know, my main purpose is obviously work for myself.
Absolutely.
Right? But obviously I have bills to pay. And if my 9 to 5 could purpose that, let's do that. And
you
then
playing the game.
Exactly.
You playing the game.
So that's really what it is. But
okay.
I guess I don't want to be too long. I want to pinpoint back to your point. I do agree college isn't for everyone, or, you know, the whole point of the financial, like, it's bad advice.
Right.
I think one thing that people forget is that you don't have to go to those high paying institutions.
Right.
That's the other thing. I went because I had a scholarship. Like I said, glory be to God. Right. My parents wasn't paying that because they couldn't afford it. You know what I'm saying? Shout
out to her parents, though. They still here. They doing their thing.
Exactly. And I appreciate the sacrifice. But the thing is, not everyone has the opportunity. So if you can get in-state tuition at a great school, like Rutgers, I'm from Jersey, New York area, like Rutgers would have been my place of residence.
Right.
You said what?
I'm saying right.
Right. Yeah, so are you from Jersey?
Yeah, he from Jersey. He from around there.
Oh, okay. Where at?
Newark.
I'm from Newark, too.
He's
Barringer. Oh, okay.
Hey.
Well, I went to boarding school, so I don't know if I could.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry, y'all.
Wait a minute. Come on. What's wrong with it?
Dang, we went from up here.
Yo.
I know. Well, look.
Boarding school? I don't
We
even
got roses that go through concrete, too.
I already heard that mentioned on, like, Facts of Life.
Right.
Boarding school?
You had to play the game. Look,
all good.
be a statistic walking around in Newark pregnant.
Okay.
Some good things come out of Newark.
All right.
Yep. We got two
We got
right
one
here.
right here.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you,
Got
sir.
two right
Appreciate
here.
that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
But see, the thing is that with Rutgers, if I didn't get the scholarship at Mount Holyoke, I would have went to Rutgers because obviously I would have saved more money. And that's the other thing. We don't talk about that. That it's okay if you don't know what you're doing. I encourage my clients, especially the ones that are not millennials, they have kids, or they could be millennials with kids, but the ones that are ready for college, I tell them, I said, look, encourage your kids to go in-state. And if not, they don't know what they want to do. Like, it's okay. Put them in a community college. It's cheaper. So you can get all those core credits out the way. And then you're not wasting time nor money. Because you're right. It is a bad financial mistake if you go to Harvard just to get the name and you have 0% in scholarship. You're in debt for the rest of your life. You don't come out of there being a doctor, a surgeon, you waste your time.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Because I know around the time when I came out of school, it was black and white TVs back then. But a lot of friends wanted to go where their friends were going.
Right. Yeah.
Is that still prominent today?
You know, to be honest, like in high school, yes, of course you're like, oh, where are you applying? Let me apply too.
Right.
But the reality is if we all don't get in, we all don't get in. And that's just what it is. But this is where, again, we're high schoolers making decisions. That's why you need good parenting. Right. Like, look, if Johnny going over there, that's great. No, but Johnny got a scholarship. You didn't get that scholarship. Let me just bring you back to reality.
You got a 2.3. I don't think you and Johnny going to the same school.
Right. And it's being real. It's being real.
2.3.
Yeah.
And then also, too, you go to college to make new friends. I mean, I'm an only child, so it's a little different. I'm definitely more people person. I'm cool with being by myself. I'm cool with meeting people. Okay. So it's different from me. I didn't have like the siblings like, oh, I want to go with my big bro and sis. I ain't had that. Cool. I'm making my own stride for my own self. You feel me? Like, my friends are cool, and I love them. They're like
Right.
my sister and bros, but where they go is where they go.
But you'll walk away from them people in a minute. Huh?
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm loyal. Stop playing with me.
Oh, I'm just asking a
Like,
question.
he try
She said
fishing.
bros.
He be fishing.
My bros.
Bros.
My bros.
You know what, guys? Just because I went to boarding school don't mean y'all can't get these hands.
My
Okay,
bro.
do not play.
Let me see these knuckles. Them knuckles
They
ain't never
real
touched none in their
soft.
life.
They real
There ain't no
soft.
stories in them knuckles. You know what I'm saying? What was y'all talking about?
Get what it.
I got.
Y'all
I
can
just.
be out of character.
I got a very important question to ask.
Oh yeah.
How do you know the school she went to? How did you know that? Because it's an all girls school.
All women's, please.
Oh,
Excuse me, all young ladies school. You're not gonna tell me what to say. I own this. You know what I'm saying?
I use
How
my.
do you know this?
I use my.
highly melanated
Yeah,
skin
I
to
could
get
get
him
him.
an access.
Yeah, I can scope things out.
Okay, all right.
He's in style back
That's a
I
then.
just wanted to
superpower.
know
That's
that.
one
So,
of
you
the
know.
superpowers. We didn't have that.
Yeah,
They
we-
flooding this
yeah,
way.
yeah, me and you ain't had none of that.
They flooding this way. No, they're from North. Keep them out there. Keep them outside.
Oh, okay. All right.
But-
Did you know UMass Amherst is up the street from there? Are you guys familiar with UMass Amherst by chance?
Only UMass I know had Lou Rowe and what's my
Javier
man?
Travieso.
And Marcus Camby. That's the only.
Travieso.
Yeah.
That's the only UMass I know.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know all that much, so never mind. Just forget
Yeah,
it.
that was
Oh.
sports.
Oh, you good.
That was sports.
You know what I'm
Go
saying?
ahead.
They had the
Go
two
ahead.
Puerto Rican guards.
Yo, shout out to Lou Rowe because his name ain't been mentioned in probably 20 years.
I remember that. Hey, Jadah. That's the only way I can remember.
That's it. I think that's how I got my interview.
Can I get back to like the millennial questions
Of
real
course,
quick before we
what's
get
up?
up into this thing real quick?
Yes.
As far as money questions,
Yes.
what are some the millennials afraid to ask about?
Are they afraid?
Yeah, about money questions. Are millennials afraid to ask? What money questions are they afraid to ask?
So
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, I don't know if it's just like one generic question. I think it's they're afraid to fail. So like we have a fear of looking poor. You know, everything is Instagram and like instant gratification. So we're like posting for spring break, we're posting this, we look like we got the money, but do you really have it, right? Probably not, because we're young, we just started. Some people do. Like I have great friends that are high earning women and men, and they do, but not everyone. That's not everyone's story right out of college, right?
Right.
So with that said, I think one thing that happens a lot is I get a lot of DMs privately of like, can we talk about debt? Or can we talk about how you handle to pay off your debt? Because I actually recently paid off $10,000 worth of consumer debt last year. So I was like, okay, yeah, we can talk about we can talk about my tips and tricks that I did and I implement for my clients and just make it broad for them. But a lot of people, I think, we just don't want to look like we failed. We don't want to look poor. So they have questions of how do I maintain this wealth or obtain it and then maintain it. You know what I mean? But the truths are, it's going to come with sacrifice. It's going to come with discipline. It's going to come with budgeting. All these things we don't want to talk about, though. So it's kind of like a cycle. It's like, if you're ready to do it, come hit me up, have a session with Moi. I'd love to have you. But I know that typically they'll start and then they'll want to come back because they're like, oh, I messed up. And that's fine. But you have to take that conscious decision. You know what I mean?
Have a session with who?
Moi.
Wow.
Play on words.
MOI.
Okay.
Are there
Session
like
with me. Moi is
I mean, I,
French
when
for
you
me.
looked all in the camera and said it, moi.
Moi.
Are there any like financial engines or applications that cater to young adults you would recommend?
Yeah, so depending on what you're doing, right? So like with savings, they got Digit app. That's really cool. Very
Digit
intuitive.
app.
Yeah, Digit, like DIGIT. I think it's free for 90 days and then you get charged, but it's like a small fee. But it helps you save
down.
money.
Yeah, he write it down.
Yeah.
Write that down. Write that down.
Capital QAPTAL. I think that's how it's spelled. Yeah, it's a little weird, but it's with a Q. That's a great app I use now to this day. If you're looking for organization, Mint app. Of course, I can talk about them, but I also have my own tools. But yeah, so those types of apps help get a general sense of organization and saving. Excuse me. When you think of debt, Tally is good. TALLY.
Write it down.
Yeah, there's so many different aspects. You can go, everyone, financial literacy is broad, right? So, but yeah, if that
And these millennials, they into credit cards and stuff like
Man,
that.
it's grown people that
Yeah.
age. Let's stop using the word millennials.
yeah,
man.
it's for
grown
everybody. My
people that
clients
know.
range from millennial age.
Yeah.
How could you determine a bad credit application and a good credit card application?
How can I determine a bad credit application?
But a bad credit card application and a good one. Like say you had Visa and MasterCard come in the mail. Because we all get junk mail, right?
Okay.
They never teach us this in school.
They don't give me that.
You know what I mean?
No.
Oh, you lucky.
You
'cause I
good
hate
there.
those
Me
robocalls and the
Yeah.
mail.
How would you read those?
So technically, I think they're all the same, really. It depends on what you're trying to do, right? It all is like, if your credit, say you're, okay, a good example. My client is a consultant, so she travels a lot. It made sense for her credit card to be in Delta, right? Because she's in Atlanta. She's always flying. It's the hub. So every time she's flying, she can expense all those things, and that gives her those points. So it made sense to do Delta with Visa
American.
or American.
It's
American. Sorry, American
Express.
Express. So like that makes sense. For me, I don't fly that much, for work, but I fly for travel.
Shout out American Express.
Yeah, shout out to American Express. Like I wouldn't need that. I actually got something that just gives me cash back because I'd rather have cash. So I have Capital One or Wells Fargo.
What's in your wallet?
Exactly. So yeah, that it depends on what you're trying to do. Your end goal.
Brother, this your show. You know we talking that
weren't on you,
money.
man.
My bad. Last but not least, I don't know.
We can
I'm sure
talk
you
about it. Let's
She
talk.
got a BA in mathematics,
With the
Mandarin.
mohos.
Hey,
I should have said
it's
that,
all
y'all.
good.
I'm sorry, Mohos. Right,
Yeah.
just
What's
punch it one time.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, dog.
I said, what is the 50-20-30 rule? The budgeting rule.
Yeah, so there's several different budgeting rules.
Right.
Okay, so 50, 20, 30, 50, 15, 20, 30, 1 second. 20% goes to your savings and like your emergency funds. 15, 20, 30. So I always have to say it. 30% goes to your wants. Excuse me. And then the rest, which is 50%, goes to your needs. I mean, your wants. No.
Your needs.
What did I just say?
Needs.
You said you was on track.
I was
you
on
said
track.
that
Yeah, you got
30% was your wants.
Yes,
and
and
the
then
50
is your
needs.
needs. Sorry, yes, the larger percentage for your needs, right? So your bills and stuff like that. But there's several budgeting methods. One of them that I stick to and tell my clients is 10-10-80. I actually like that one better. I think it's just a little more simpler. 10-10-80 is a biblical actually reference. So I actually learned it from church. Shout out to God. But
Shout out to God.
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? Yes. Shout out to the big man upstairs, okay? But no, 10-10-80 is 10% to God, your charity, whatever you want. 10% to, I mean, we don't have, look, whether you're Christian or not, I think it's a big beauty in giving. You know what I'm saying? And when you have it to give, you should give. So at the end of the day, I do believe in I'm just saying, I think there is something big when you do give. I've never lacked.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right.
When I was unemployed, and we could talk about it, I never lacked. I never had to touch my emergency fund, none of that. And I do believe it's because I've always given with a cheerful heart. 'Cause that's also in the Bible if you want to get that deep.
Be a cheerful.
But I'm just saying.
We got a donation plate come around on the show.
That's fine. Shit, I'm y'all pastor, right? So now,
You know what I'm saying? You got a donation
Got on
plate.
top of that
No,
quick.
go ahead. Go back to what you said.
okay, look, we got our coins
Got on
over
top
here.
of that quick.
Okay, we're where the money reside. Okay,
sir.
okay,
Got more
Pastor
boxes
Quick's
to
in the
make.
building. What's up? So
Go
yeah,
ahead.
but 10-10-80, 10% goes to God or your charity of choice, 10% is to yourself, so that emergency fund, that savings, and then 80% is the rest. I think it's easier to get into that when you're starting out because it's a bigger range.
Okay.
Because when you're looking at your finances, it can be overwhelming to be like, well, how much goes to this? What's a want? What's a need? When you have just all your bills coming with 80%, I think it's a little easier to get into. Then you can spin it off. There's so many different ways. You can cut 100% in any way you want.
10,
You know what I
10,
mean?
80, bro. You write it down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
So that's one of
God,
the ones
self,
I
and
use.
rest.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
No, yeah. Yeah, that's really, I would say that.
Oh, you dope. You know that?
Oh, thank you. I
You
appreciate
dope.
it.
You dope.
I know
Hearing
that
from
surprise
him.
coming from
Right, I
Rob,
said,
yeah.
y'all, I made it.
You dope. You dope.
Shing shing.
Right, yeah.
Right now, she number 2 of one of the best shows we done had.
Oh, okay. Well, let me make this number 1 because competitive. Like
Okay.
that.
I don't know if
We
you can
gonna
reach
jump
that.
into the topics, then we gonna see
Let's
about
see.
you.
I don't know if she
that
gonna
brother,
keep up with these.
that brother dropped some jewels when he came on the show. I don't know.
You ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Well, first of all, before we go off into the worldly part of the show, let everybody know where they can find you
That's right.
Oh,
Sorry.
yes.
if they need you
Okay, so.
for business purposes.
Yes, please. People do come in my DM. Like,
We ain't got time for. Don't be telling her you seen it on the soundproof hunger room. You trying to take out.
Yeah, let me
You know what I'm
pull up.
saying? Yeah, we
me
ain't
pull
doing
up.
all that.
Nah, we ain't
Business
doing that.
purposes only.
I did have a guy buy a session and he wanted to take me out. I respected it because he paid me for my money and my time. So I was like, all right, cool. But
How did the day
How
go?
did they go?
we didn't end up going on a date. We just
He a sucker.
no, he's not. It's just at the time I wasn't available to go on a date.
Right.
I didn't know that I wasn't single at the time.
Okay.
That was his loss. He should have paid attention.
Okay.
Okay.
See how she talking? Sucker. Tell these people where they can find you, man.
No, for real though. All financial needs. I'm basically your financial best friend. Y'all can find me on Instagram at adulting_with_moi. That's ADULTING_with_moi. I do have a website, AdultingwithMoi.com. I actually just launched my merch and apparel line, and y'all, by the time this airs, y'all be part of the grand opening. So definitely check that out.
Okay.
I appreciate
Yes.
We don't know when this show gonna air.
Okay. Well, if it airs anytime soon,
We don't know. Yeah, I throw shots at everybody.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
You gotta get on your job.
you know what?
Gotta get on the
Whenever y'all
job.
do, y'all just visit that shop, okay, and show your girl some love, okay? But at the end of the day, my service.
This show might not make the air. I'm sorry.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you do a lot of talking. We
No, I'm
really,
saying go ahead.
yeah, we really
Go
don't.
ahead. I'm sorry.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
know. I don't know.
You know what, Ralph? Y'all are trifling.
Whoa,
Yeah, big words, right?
You know what I'm saying? Write it down. Write it down.
Yeah,
Write it
yeah.
down.
Yeah,
No, but go ahead. Go ahead. Tell
Let me
it.
finish this up.
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead. Finish it.
I'm
Go
sorry.
finish it.
Hey, y'all. Okay. Basically, I just want to say the different services I offer so people know. I do one-on-one consultations. Obviously, with COVID, they're virtual. So we do Zoom, we do calls. Used to be meetups, but obviously here we are. But I do offer master classes. They're virtual, so you can do it at your own pace. You definitely check it out. Again, all on my website, all on my Instagram. I also do webinars. I just had a paid gig with University of Washington. So it's really cool. If you guys have a group of people, sororities, fraternities, I'll talk to you guys, and we can do about that.
Regular people too.
Regular people too. Everybody, like groups of people. Anybody. I talk at
I'm just
conferences.
saying you was sorority fraternity. I ain't
I'm
nothing
just-
about the regular folks.
Look,
Shout out
I
Mohos.
speak.
The moho. Shout out to the mohos.
I'm just speaking on what I've done, and I've spoke to sororities. I've spoken to groups of people
Go
in
ahead.
Shout
college.
out to the moho.
And shout out to Moho.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, of course, like I said, you got me messed up. I wrote a book. It's called How to Save with Moi. So if you are interested in reading, it's a self-guided workbook. So you actually can journal as well as learn with me. So it's all types of things. Hit me up, okay? I'm trying to be your financial best friend because, you know.
Hey, Kimber, you might have to come back, dog. This show is crazy. She dropped all kind of jewels.
Like, I came prepared. What's up?
Kimber, you might have to come back. Cause slow down. Wait. Slow down. Wait. We get the props here. You don't get your own self.
He don't like that.
You know what I'm saying?
What's y'all signs?
You gotta
I'm a
calm
Leo.
down a little
Let me
bit.
tell
You
you
gotta
something. You a Leo? All right, you understand. You a Leo gang in this.
I
Yeah.
don't really
What are
like
you?
the energy.
I don't like
Y'all,
it.
y'all got too much
What's
stuff
up?
going
Now let's-
on
The
right here.
stars have
Okay.
aligned.
I don't like it.
I ain't big into that. Y'all, that's
What's
y'all
y'all
thing.
zodiac signs?
I'm a Taurus.
I'm an
Oh,
Aries.
we cool. Oh, you're Aries. Okay, I'll give you that.
What do you mean you give me that? Hold on.
Let's
Let's get this show. Let's get this show going,
Let's
man.
go.
Wait a minute.
Let's go.
Yeah. You can find her all over the internet if you're really looking for OnlyFans.
On the FaceGram,
No, I'm just playing. Let's go.
on the Instabook, you found her.
OnlyFans.
Look up on the
Shout out, man.
Instagram.
She dropped a lot of jewels, man. Some things I'm even looking to. Everybody, man, look.
Yes,
We brought this to
please.
y'all. Let's get it.
We're gonna start with some fun stuff. 'Cause I got some heavy stuff too. We're gonna start off.
You got some heavy stuff, too?
God,
I got
I'm
some heavy
scared.
Don't be
Me
scared.
too.
Don't
How
be
much time
scared.
we got left,
Don't be
bro?
scared. We good. Let's start off with your boy Derrick Jackson.
Oh,
Yeah, we just gonna start there.
my main man.
Been quite interesting.
I love to hear males' perspectives
Where the crickets
first.
at?
So I would love to hear y'all.
Oh well, you?
You even know who he is?
Nah,
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, okay? I just Googled this guy
Oh,
like this week,
That's what I'm saying. You might not even know who he
and
is.
it worked out. You know what I mean? From my understanding, he was like a relationship expert,
He was a
and
man
he
with
wrote
an
several
opinion.
books and about marriage and all this stuff like that. And then he turns around and got exposed by a side chick.
few.
And
A few
and-
of them.
a few.
Not just-
Also,
not
it's
just one.
Nah, he got
a
his
whole
beard
bunch
on
of
there
them.
with a beret on.
okay. But it amazes me how we.
not talking about.
It amazes me how. I mean, I'm not really excited about the situation. The brother got caught, but it amazes me how we just give so much energy to
To nonsense.
this.
yeah, I was gonna get on that.
You know,
And when you say energy, you mean like what the jokes that's getting off on Black Twitter?
No. Just the fact that so many people believed in this guy and they wanted to put so much energy into him just coming in and talking and like, oh, I'm hurt by. Man, screw him. He's a social media person. Like, who is he? He ain't got no degree or nothing like this. He just come and he bash us enough to try to make himself look good now.
He found a market that was tangible. And he got into it. A lot of women love and seek relationship advice. They've been hurt before by y'all trifling ass men. And at the end of the day, you heard that. He just tapped into that and made a profit out of it. Now I don't know if it's good or not. I wish he practiced what he preached.
Right.
But the reality is he's really a trifling ass motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, like you had a friend. Brother can't have a friend.
Why you look at me when you say that?
Because I feel like you have to say something.
I mean, shit. I look over, she all like...
No, I'm not saying you. Oh, my God, no.
She gave me the grandma eyes and shit. Like,
I wish I had glasses. I'm like, you know what I'm talking about.
Like a trifling motherfucker.
And you know what the killer is? I think his wife gonna stick by his side, man.
That's a whole nother topic.
You didn't see that lady with that green beret on and that
she said
fatigue shirt?
No, that was a helmet of
salvation. She said, y'all
that
saw
wasn't no
body.
beret.
She said she had her war clothes on.
That was a armor of God.
Let me ask y'all a question.
And a helmet of salvation.
Some real shit.
Don't spit on me.
Are we happy? Are we happy that he got exposed? Or are we happy because a lot of things he was saying kind of was true? He does say some things at times where you be like, yo, he right. You know what I'm saying? But I want to give him credit because he a sucker. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, when you say what he says,
like some things he said,
his advice?
Some of his advice, your homeboy give you the same thing if he write up. My homeboy just walked away.
He just left away, y'all.
My homeboy
said, don't put me.
My homeboy just walked off. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like, he wasn't always wrong with a lot of things he said. You know what I'm saying? Are we just happy that he got Steve Harvey? Because Steve Harvey was another one that tried to jump into this lane
like
of
a man.
And
that was a great book.
Then that shit was trash. And then he turned around and he got his hand in the cookie jar too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So are we just happy that he got caught, or are we happy because he gonna have to calm down? I think the whole thing fake. Because he came out with a book like the next day.
The next day.
That's what I heard.
So I think the Rambo
Probably
lady.
all of this stuff was staged. Like you said, it was already in motion. And it happened because the wife was still there. And he said, okay, I wrote this book. Let me go ahead and get this book going.
The 1738 is gone. We just want to make a report. The 1738 is gone.
I didn't do that.
Sip slow.
It's a sip.
We can do a re-up.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, we just said yes. Security is not happy with this. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel you. I feel like for you to have that already.
Yeah, I think the whole thing was staged. I think it's a check for both of them. Mm-hmm. She gonna get a very, very slim book, sort of like Godfather, Father God, DJ. About 45 pages. She gonna get a book, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah, about
Granddaddy.
About her little story, Granddaddy, Daddy, whatever his name was.
I hope it's not staged. I mean, I guess.
Oh, it's staged. Definitely.
You know what? Because it's so crazy. Like every new evidence, you're like, what? What?
Mm-hmm.
Or like the forced abortion. Did y'all hear about that one?
Hold on, what are we talking about?
Well, y'all got to check on Tasha K.
Tasha K
came out with the receipts.
Who got
Tasha K?
Oh, that's one of them. That's
no, not the
chicks.
mistress. No, Tasha K is a gossip blog.
I mean, if y'all think about it,
it is a lot of tea for one thing.
Yeah.
The hits they probably getting off this is probably a check.
It's astronomical.
Everybody gets paid out of this.
Mm-hmm.
The mistress, who probably ain't even real. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody getting a check. You're not going on TV with a beret on and looking like you on some kind of drug.
But
unless it's she was on meth.
They said
I'm gonna say it. She was on meth.
Man, she looked.
The only drug that can do you like that is
is
meth or some heavy gas. You know what I'm saying?
she dresses like they found her like other pictures.
She's very
modestly like that.
Then I seen I seen a picture of this lady. She got her evening gown on. She got a little thigh out. She need to work on the thighs a little bit though. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no cut in the thigh, but it was a nice looking thigh.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But she looked very nice. And then she come on here with this beret on and this
helmet of salvation.
Yeah, whatever. And she's sitting here looking like she trying to give a code word to somebody. I'm in danger. Come get me.
Right.
I mean, it's just
she
a lot.
Wasn't blinking. I was like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like meth only does you like that. You ain't got to blink.
I mean, he was holding that
You would know
hand
from
pretty tight,
experience?
though.
Yeah, he was a big dude.
He was
He's
holding
a
that
big
hand
dude,
pretty
It
though.
looks
Like,
staged.
that's
Yeah,
very...
he probably was holding that hand like, look
I mean,
here.
she couldn't even get her arm right. Her arm was
Right,
cocked
it wasn't,
up. It was
Yeah,
like
wasn't comfortable.
natural.
she probably passed out
dog,
after
you
the
on here with a
video.
beret, bro.
She probably
Bro,
passed out.
I
after
thought it was a bonnet, but somebody had to, close
I thought
in
it was
on it
bonnet
real
too.
close for me.
She probably
she
to let
said
me
it
see
was
what
some
it
kind
was.
of cap or something.
Yeah.
It was a beret, but she wore it awfully, first of all.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
shouldn't
it's
be
an awful
wearing
thing
it
to
like
have
that.
on if you want to, be on a public service announcement.
Yeah, my
You know
mom
what
told
I'm
me
saying?
if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing.
Well, I got a lot to say. My mom ain't tell me that. My mom ain't tell me that.
I ain't talking about that
We
woman.
know, Ralph.
So
I
these
ain't talking
jokes
about
gonna
that
go
woman.
over real well.
We know.
My mom ain't tell me that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not talking about that
Yeah,
woman.
yeah. Mom, what you
I'm
mean?
gonna say I wouldn't talk about
looked a
her in
mess.
that way.
I feel sorry for nobody. For the simple fact is, y'all signed up for that nonsense, man. It's fake. It's fake.
Well, let's talk about if it was real. If it is real,
I can't even
What
put. If it was real, he'd be on the news with bruises.
And she would not be sitting up there. She ain't
Yeah,
cried
she
a
too
tear.
calm.
Her face nice and glossy, and she just.
Maybe she
yes.
just doing that for the camera,
Yes,
man.
it happened.
Then she came with her own stories, and
please.
she fighting for.
I feel like women do stay though. I mean, as
think-
glamorized as it's been,
But
Yeah.
there's been
And
lesser
they got
celebrity
kids.
folks.
He not a
You know-
celebrity.
Yeah.
First of all, we're not
Well,
gonna get that man as
B-list,
Right.
C-list celebrity.
Denzel
like-
is a celebrity.
Okay, B-list, C-list, D-list. Let's say that for Derek Johnson.
did you see Camille Cosby come on and do an interview?
What Camille talking about?
Nothing. She ain't do it. That's the point that I'm making.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking about?
That's right.
Most of the time, these women that get cheated on like that with bigger stars, they don't come out and do a video
telling
with that person.
Nope.
They might stay at the house. They'll stay at the house and they stay for the fight, but they're
telling
not
you.
coming to do no
So
video.
whatever you got
with
planned,
this
you and your
person.
little sugar doodle, whatever.
Sugar doo-doo.
Yeah, whatever you got planned, relax. Derek beat y'all to the punch. You need to find something else.
First of all, I would never be in a situation like this. Okay, I know my worth too much. Okay,
Right.
and
All
value
right.
myself. I have a daddy in my life, active.
Sure.
I'm a RA. So hell no. Why you looking at me like that?
I mean, I don't like the energy you're using to defend yourself. It's kind of, negative.
Is it negative?
I mean, to me it is. You know what I'm
Is
saying?
it?
Yeah, to me it
How
is.
is it negative?
I just
'Cause
don't.
know
I
my
don't.
worth?
I don't like it. You know what I'm
You
saying?
called a fake situation of sugar doo doo, and I don't.
I mean, I don't know what y'all call them these days. What do you say? You 25?
Yeah.
So what do y'all call them? Like,
What a man,
yeah.
my man,
Oh, y'all still say? I mean, y'all.
my man. No, I'm kidding.
What?
I don't know.
First of all, I'm single, so it don't even matter.
Okay, you
have
just gonna
all
put
of
it
it
out
out
there.
there.
She actually threw that out on the
She
show.
said-
Oh,
Where they can find you at? What was it? The
Yeah, 'cause
DMs
see,
finna
yeah,
be
the DM about to be
jumping.
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 I know 2 dudes right now that's about to jump in.
Already.
Hey, they trying
probably
to call in. Look.
And when they do, let me know so I can be like, what I tell you? Financial advice only, sir.
Oh, he gonna get some financial advice. I got these singles to make this thing
As long as y'all pay the invoice, we'll talk. How about that?
Oh, she put the little accent on there.
Hey.
As long as y'all pay the invoice, we'll talk. We'll talk. That's what she did.
Yeah. Oh,
But nah, for real. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't really find myself in a situation because I don't tolerate cheating. I think once, because again, this was multiple times or staged, multiple people. If you cheat on me like that's just no.
Word on the streets, though, if you ain't married, it ain't cheating.
But they're married.
Oh, never mind word on the streets, then. Maybe I need to stay out of the streets. I don't know what these people do. I got wind of this story from somebody else.
Right.
I'm
It's
not
all over
following
the
no
place.
guy that ain't,
I don't give it no
They're
energy.
married,
dude.
so
I
I think
just see
it's
it.
more intense. Like the whole religious factor, covenant before God. You bring this woman to your marital bed.
And I didn't know he was super religious. Like, I guess I don't look at enough of his
I didn't
videos.
know either. He
What
clearly
re-
not
what
because he
religion
don't
is
act
this?
right.
Hey.
Why
Look,
we ain't talking about the side chick though?
what
From
about
my
her?
understanding, he had a celebration in Miami. Flew her down there for give me a minute.
Go ahead.
Give me a
Go
minute.
ahead.
Flew her down there to South Beach for his birthday party, 4th of July, right?
First mistake.
So he called her back, and he said, look, let's link up again. She's like, you know what? Orlando. She's from Orlando, Florida.
Oh, I
She
thought
said-
you was involved. My bad.
Shauna, he was
It
here.
wasn't me.
He was at work.
It wasn't me. So she was like, Orlando's kind of boring. I'll come to Atlanta. Come up to Atlanta,
Where
right?
the players play.
Okay, come to the brother house because the wife was supposed to be out of town, Colorado. Okay, so she gone. Come to the dude's house, ain't even get a room. he convinced her that he was going through something and she was moving out and she was on her way out. So as she got in the house, got all this from Tasha K.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so check this out. Gets in the house. I mean, as a woman, you still see pictures in there, a few boxes as if
Feminine products.
she is leaving or whatever the case may be, and spent the whole weekend there. So y'all doing the thing in the whole weekend. How can you be comfortable in that situation?
She just wanted the dangling.
Penis.
Look, that's a separate issue.
That's why I fuck
Dangling.
with
She
you.
ain't one.
That's why I fuck with you.
Hey, man.
It's a
No
separate
kind of
thing.
integrity, huh?
Yeah, no, it's no integrity for her. But at the end of the day, the man, she didn't make a commitment to that man.
Talk to him.
She didn't. He made a commitment to that wife that wore the bonnet of salvation. So, like, at the end of the day,
Helmet.
Okay.
was out.
like, he needs to be held accountable on a higher regard. And he will
Sure.
be. Because,
Penis.
because
Especially when you throwing God up in there like that.
right.
What was her name?
Penis.
What?
Oh,
Side
Wait,
chick.
what?
oh, my bad.
There was two apparently side chicks.
Yeah.
Testicles.
You gonna say balls next?
Another
I
one.
can't stand it.
He on one today.
Another
What you
one.
drinking in your cup? Let me.
Another
You drinking
one.
in his cup?
It's gone now, though. So
Yeah, we are.
I ain't mad at
we
him.
out of
I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Ooh, okay.
I can't bring him home, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why.
Even if she leaving or not.
Let's talk
Right,
about
you
though
don't do
how
that.
you
That's
celebrating your
disrespectful.
birthday without your husband. Now that's something crazy.
Because it's
She-
all fake. This was all
He
planned.
was down there with his friends, and she invited more of her
I'm
friends.
telling you, that
Oh, yeah.
lady wasn't in
And-
Colorado. She was over in College Park.
All right. But let's talk about too the fact how, because it's another issue people don't like to talk about. He brought his friends, she brought her friends, meaning your homeboys. You can't, ladies, don't believe the homeboys because they'll lie for you.
I mean, I bring my friends, you bring your friends. You know, we can
Be friends.
We all
We
be
can
That's
all
friends.
be
trifling.
friends.
That the friends will be like, nah, bro, you shouldn't do this. Oh, wow. I'm alone in this clearly. Okay.
I mean, grown people gonna do grown things, even if they
You
wrong.
right. You right.
You know what?
This nigga's such a
I'm a
liar.
minority in
This
this
nigga's
space.
such a liar.
All I'm
This
saying
nigga's
is,
such a liar.
I would hope that my husband's friends would steer him the right way. That's all.
You know what my friends used to say? Hey, dog.
Y'all don't say nothing.
You know what I used to say? I hear you. That's how the conversation
Y'all
go.
lie. So y'all lie.
It ain't even that.
Y'all
It's
lying.
no real.
I will not
just-
approach it.
I just gave you, the
can't hold your
conversation.
brother
Yeah.
to accountability.
That's true, but I'm telling you what the conversation is. He telling them, but he ain't saying
He
nothing.
ain't saying. Yeah, it's like,
don't
dude,
know.
if
He
hey,
like, all right,
if that's
dog.
what, if that's
I
what
see
you
you.
want to do, bud,
But and you know what you say?
and that's it.
You look at your-
Why do you let it be? That's it. Why don't you be like, nah, that's not cool, and actually like talk about it?
For the same reason women don't. Why y'all don't do it?
I tell my sis when they doing stupid shit. Okay.
They might say, okay, I feel you, but next thing you know,
You know what?
just saying. That's just real. Don't act to seem like it's just men out here.
Yo.
Okay.
I'm saying that my friends, they know if they come to me with something, I say, you want my opinion? You want my advice? Or are you trying to vent? Because if you telling me a whole story, I'll be like, oh, girl, we all have them.
See, y'all got a whole story.
No, y'all got slut stories too.
But what if she wanna vent though?
If she wants to, I listen and don't give my opinion. Because
Right.
my opinion might be hurtful to her because she done did what she already did.
Okay.
And I'm going to feel a type of way.
Oh, so she done already did it.
Oh, so you gonna
Well, or she's thinking about it. And like she's more on the fence of maybe doing something that's
She like,
not
yo,
moral.
she's
I
still
don't-
your sister?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. But at
Mo
the end of
hoes.
the day. Shut up. Yeah.
Hey,
you said it.
You brought it
I was just shouting out to my mom.
The mohos.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm just saying.
He banned from Massachusetts.
I know.
Barry Bonds
Like,
said I shouldn't be there
never
no way.
again. Like, no endorsements for you. Okay. I'm just saying though, like in the situation they vent, I'll listen. But if they want my advice, I'll be like, look, morally that's messed up. Like for real, I have a homegirl that's messing with someone that is currently separated from his wife. I don't condone that. I don't care. Separated, still married. Living in a different household address, married. Until that divorce final papers, you're still married under God. And that's for me
Yeah.
in my house.
Oh,
So I just say, look, you doing you because that's your body. You could talk to me, but I'm going to be honest with you. And
And
she's
your
like, what's
mouth.
your advice? And your body parts.
What you talking about, bruh? Let that lady finish. How you get there with the
Yeah,
mouth?
You can't talk me.
What you talking about? I'm on your side.
Oh, really? For what?
All of a
Your
sudden.
side.
All of a
Damn.
sudden.
All of a sudden.
Be on my side because you literally on my side.
Yeah, I'm on your side.
Eh. Anyway, I'm just saying I'll never condone that. But she talks to me, of course. I still love her, and I'm gonna love her through the whole thing. It's just like when something go off, you can't say nothing because look, I told you it's it. She's
Play your part. Play your part.
And that's what I'm saying. Hold your friends accountable. Give me some glasses so I can do that.
I'm just saying. I mean, I hold him accountable. I be like, hey, dog.
You don't say nothing.
Yes, I do. I be like, yo, what you doing? He be like,
I don't know.
I hear you.
I mean, I be like, you know what? That's how it go.
What conversation just took place, y'all? Did y'all hear it? Because I didn't hear
All the men heard it. All the men heard all of it.
Conversation.
We heard everything.
Men hear everything in that.
Except when y'all talking. We don't really be hearing a whole lot.
Blah, 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 blah.
What's that Charlie Brown
Charlie
thing?
Brown. She's still going.
Y'all better listen, though, if y'all want some. Look.
Want some what?
If you want something from one, you better listen.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
I know when to listen. I'm good at bumping
When
in
to
and
do
bumping
it.
out.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, I'm good at that.
I'm terrible.
Yeah, I can get the
We
highs
could
and the
too.
lows.
Blah, blah.
Some cats just pay $40. They ain't got to listen.
This dude that went somewhere I had no
Right.
clue. How much time left on this show? This dude here crazy.
Get a
Please
re-up.
let him get one in.
Get a
Let
re-up.
him get one in, please.
That dude that threw these people.
I don't even want to change the mood, do you? This is,
It's light to heavy.
I'm enjoying
Can we get
it.
one heavy
I
one
don't
before
wanna-
we go?
You want one heavy one?
Yeah, please. The crowd wants it.
Don't depress me before I get out of here.
It's not depressing.
Wait,
Wait,
It's-
what
it's-
is it?
It's not depressing. It's just more racism
To
stuff.
us.
More racism stuff. It's,
We're black. We're used to this.
yeah, this guy's name is Troy Doyle. He's a 29-year vet cop in St. Louis County. He was due out to become the what is it? What's the head cop? District attorney or something like that.
Hey, I watched Chicago PD. Shout out to my homeboy Hank Voigt. You know what I'm saying? We need
AKA
boots
don't
on the
know what's
ground.
going on.
So I don't. That's all I know.
What I said.
You finished? I'll wait.
I'm
Right.
done.
Okay.
I'm done. Shout out to my
Okay,
homeboy Hank Voigt, though. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. Chicago PD.
So anyway,
That's all I know.
29-year vet. He was a
Statement.
he was
That's
what?
SVU.
Are you done?
Okay.
He's
I'm
still. Are they paying you?
He could,
Right.
yeah.
Gee, I
I'm
mean,
listening.
you really free promotion. What? Say it again.
It's my favorite shows.
What is it?
Watch your mouth.
Okay, I can.
Go
Okay,
ahead, brother.
Go ahead.
Anyway, police chief. He was skipped over for police chief. 29-year-old vet, black guy. He do a lot of stuff, over a lot of stuff. They skipped over him. The guy that was over the police station told him he was up for the job. So he already figured he was going to get the job. And then the county executive called and told him, look, we can't have a black police chief because our main endorsement said they'll pull out.
Did he quit?
No, he didn't quit.
Did
So
he-
what
did he
happened?
So if he can talk about that.
So
then.
what happened was,
if
I'm
he
gonna try to
didn't-
finish though.
Okay, go ahead.
So what happened
Go
was,
ahead.
they ended up giving the job to a white lady,
Okay.
and she was just a captain.
Right.
Like he was a lieutenant colonel.
Right.
Okay.
And the next day they got them endorsements. So he filed a complaint.
Okay.
And then he's in the process of getting the lawsuit going to sue the county.
What's his name?
His name is Doyle.
Doyle.
Doyle. How you spell that?
Troy Doyle.
How many years you
Troy,
served?
29 years.
Sir, it's over.
9 years. Nah, he finna get that money from the county.
It's over. The job he want, he not getting, dog. And he ain't getting no money. Because they ain't promised you that job. That job is given because they just feel they want to give it to you. He's getting nothing.
Because they didn't want to lose their endorsement.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't want to lose their jobs.
He
Now-
done.
So
Yeah.
there was racism.
Now the white
It
woman
is.
that
It was
was
right.
that was hired for that position.
Was
How much
less
time?
qualified. I don't know how much time, but she was a captain. That's just like
Just less quality.
yeah, that's just like
If-
saying
if
that's
we-
just like if I have a supervisor
Right.
and the CEO job open up, but then you have a manager, my supervisor jumps up and gets the CEO job over the manager. That don't make no sense.
It doesn't.
So that's what he's
That's
like. This
straight
some bull.
discrimination. Yeah.
On top of them already saying you're up for this job.
That's gossip. That's for real. That's gossip. I'm just saying, if I come to you and say, Sean, you know, they got an award for the best broadcast out there next year, you might put you up for the award. If you believe it, You just believe it. That's gospel.
It's different when your job.
It's a hierarchy.
Yes.
You're missing the hierarchy part. That's what you missing.
Let me tell you something about the people, man. You ain't learned nothing if you ain't learned nothing else being on this show.
I've learned I don't have to accept it. That's the problem. I'm not accepting it.
Them people in that business going to do whatever they want to do. Doyle, it's over.
It ain't.
You done. How old are you?
He
did 29 years.
He got 29 years.
So you got your pension, bro. Be mad enough to just walk away. Sorry.
Nah, I can't roll with that, bro.
What you mean?
We not doing that.
What else he gonna do? Because you know what's gonna happen.
So you want us to be quiet when stuff like this happens?
What I'm saying is, in his situation, what's gonna happen? He's gonna be the enemy now. So he's definitely not gonna.
We're used to being the enemy.
But you're not. You're used to being the enemy and not trying to exceed as far as on that level. Let me put it that way. You know what I'm saying? He's still trying to go higher. They not about to give you no job now. You done took these people to court. It's over.
Why would that hierarchy even come and tell this man that though?
Because he felt that was real. He told him that because it was real.
They came back and told him.
But he not hired fire.
They came back and told him
you're a great employee. You should be a manager. Mm-hmm. I don't mean it's gonna happen.
Well, I think in certain, I'm not familiar with the force, but from my corporate America experience, they do have to have these conversations about certain things. And I believe even more so in the force. So when they are next or eligible for promotion, eligible for these things, they do have to tell you. Because my godfather's a cop or surgeon, whatever, one of those things.
But is the diversity at the forefront of it though?
Well, so. Look,
to be included.
Look, it is racism. Like, we got to call it what it is.
Right.
Clearly. And I do believe that he should probably sue the crap out of them, okay? Get your reparations, all
Sure.
right?
Yeah, he in the process of doing that.
But at the end of the day, you know, it is blatant racism. It's not fair. But honestly, in this day and age, I don't really expect much less from Dwights. So, at this point, I'm just like, look, give it your best shot. Come with the arms blazing.
Fight, yeah.
At this point, you see what the heck we've been seeing this whole year, 2020.
You want some more? I got some more. Y'all want
Go
some
ahead, Doyle. It's over.
Can you sue somebody if you're suing them? I mean, can you work for somebody if you're suing them?
No.
Nah.
It's over.
Nah.
Look, if he get money for
where?
It depends on your industry. The industry is going to dictate what that is. Like in our industry, if you're not unionized, I've actually led cases that.
Oh, that's true.
When you
Studio audience, everybody, y'all thought he was.
So you
real.
can be employed and sue.
I have literally represented people working for the company that sued the exact same company they work for. I've done that.
Right.
Reparations.
Interesting.
Studio audience. I don't go home. I don't go nowhere without him.
I don't blame you.
We see why, because he just answered a great question.
Yeah,
we didn't know that.
I seen a dude out there trying to shoot a fake jumper. Never mind. What are you talking
about?
Yeah, we're going to keep moving. This one's more to the home, to Georgia.
Go ahead.
State Representative Park Cannon was arrested for interrupting Kemp's speech the other day on the law that they have passed. If you all did not know, that Georgia passed a law that restricted a lot of the voting rights here in Georgia. A lot of it had to do with the mail-in voting ballots. They want people now to have more ID. They have to prove more ID. They also
they can't give you water when you're waiting on lines.
It's unlawful to give water or food in the lines. You can get locked up for doing that. Also, they gave more rights to the counties. So, say in Butts County, if they decide, or if the whole state has a schedule of early voting.
Right.
So, say now. They say, okay, well, by each county, y'all can decide when y'all do y'all early vote. So say this weekend, I'm only doing one weekend out of the month for this whole county.
Right.
So now they've given that power to the courts. So that was passed. This lady that went to try to argue this situation got locked up, got 2 felony counts. She left that night, but she got 2 felony counts. Okay. Yes, for that situation. They
don't mean they're gonna give them to her though.
No, she probably won't get the charge.
She ain't gonna get the charge.
So, but they had to make it. They got
to put it out there. Yeah.
So it went up, and even Biden stepped in and said, "This is the new Jim Crow."
It is.
Literally, he said that.
That's the dude that couldn't even walk up a.
I don't care.
I don't care.
It's windy over there. It's windy.
I'm just saying.
So they looking into it too. So
as they should.
It's probably gonna be some more stuff that come out of it because it's that. Just so when white folks don't get what they want, they try to change the law.
Let's just talk about the fact that insurrection. I can never say it right.
Insurrection.
It
Right.
was
A
close.
whole. I was close. Right?
Blew it, though.
I know. I really did. Sorry, y'all. But math major. But a whole boatload of white people, like literally vandalized a Capitol building, our property, precious property.
Right.
Literally was let in by the officer on there, but someone knocking on the door, just trying to see what's up because of the color of the skin.
Right.
It's the world we live in. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm at this point, when my mom calls me about this stuff, I'll be like, it's depressing. But at this point, I'm like, oh, really? That's a new one that they tried? Because I'm so used to it at this point. At this point, my sentiments about it, I'm pro-black if you didn't know. But, you know, it's like, look, I don't have any more sorries. I don't have any more remorse. Oh, I didn't know that this was offensive. Oh, you did. You did.
Yeah.
You just got caught. And now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have any of those things. And it's not to say I don't have white friends, because I do. I shout out to them that are actually woke about it.
You ain't gotta shout the people out. They should know how you are.
Right, and they do. But the thing is that what I won't tolerate is shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very now public about it.
But we want them people to watch our show. You know, subscribe.
No, we don't.
Like,
we don't
comment.
need that.
I mean, we
have to have a conversation. See, I think that's part of the problem that we have.
We got all our stuff in us.
Yeah, we
Umoja, Kwanzaa, all that cooperative economics. We got it. They know that. That's why they stop us.
I ain't never seen you do that a day in my life.
What?
I'm talking to the audience. I'm my bad.
Oh. Okay.
He got something
But it's
to
the
say.
truth. What'd he say?
He's agreeing with you.
Studio audience agrees, y'all.
Slow down.
But no, seriously, we really have the power in us. And I think the more we find out about it, the more we keep teaching our kids. And I think there's a revolution coming around that, because the millennials, at least my friends, we don't take that crap. You know what I'm saying? I called my former employer, like I said, I won't mention, I was wrongfully fired. And then I was like, oh, and I realized later on, after getting out the conversation, I realized there was racism into it. I said, oh,
really?
Right. On top of adulting and being so ghetto, not knowing where I'm going, I'm also dealing with being the only black woman on the floor as an analyst. Okay.
Shout out to
you
my
know what I'm
hoes.
saying? But I'm just saying. So now, as I'm being more aware, I protect myself in certain ways. And I know, like, if I see something, I'm going to say something. You know, and there's more resources out here that can help you get to that. So
you probably dealt with that a lot on the work. On
exactly.
The job.
It didn't even
know. And a lot of people have to just roll with it because you're the only black person and to be a female.
Exactly.
And you speak Chinese.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's crazy part is it didn't take.
And you're a moho.
And shout out, y'all.
Yeah,
The fact that I left, I realized more how all the microaggressions were there. And that's when I was like, oh my gosh. Because I went to a therapist, not just for that, because we ain't gonna give the whites that much power, but I went because of other things. But I realized, I was like, oh my God, those are microaggressions I would pay. Me trying to feel like I'm not enough, that imposter syndrome. I am more than enough. Always have been. My credentials are my credentials, and I don't need to ever work harder. I know in a society I have to, but I don't need to work harder than the white person, because I know that I still bring in whatever business I'm doing. You know what I mean?
You know what? Let me say this. You're a phenomenal woman, and at your early age, you're gonna be a beast.
That's right.
You're gonna be and I'm just gonna say that, just the way you move, your way you talk, and your knowledge, and just how you getting stuff rolling. I love it, man. We need more women out there like that.
Thank you so much.
We really do.
I agree.
I mean, you know.
Tell the folk where they can find you at one more time.
Yes, y'all. Follow me on the gram at AdultingwithMoi. Adulting_with_moi, but you can just check out adultingwithmoi.com. All the links are there for the merch. All the links are there for consultation, master classes. I love to work with you guys. It's been great to be on the show.
We've had a great time
what's
with
up.
you. I didn't know it was gonna jump off like that.
Yeah, I wasn't looking.
I enjoyed it.
I didn't know either. Ralph.
I enjoyed it.
Ralph said this is his favorite show with me on it.
I'm gonna be honest. So
Haters gonna hate.
she definitely ended this shit where she should be at the top. I ain't gonna lie.
What'd I
She's
say?
definitely in the. No, she's top 3. She's top
top
3.
Top 3. I ain't number 2 nor 3. All right. Yeah.
Hey, slow down.
Yeah. Jersey in the gang.
What I tell you about that?
That's what's up.
Hey man, this lady 25 years old, man. Shout out to her parents, man.
Putting them on notice.
Amen. Tracy Wise quick and Maurice
I
quick.
definitely want to give a shout out to her parents, man. Y'all got an excellent, phenomenal woman walking this earth. Yo, just know when y'all come on this show, man, it's high, man. You can't come on here with no nonsense at this point.
The level's been set.
You know what I'm saying?
We gonna give it.
Kimba, I had you at number 1, dog. Then Bella came on the show.
Hey.
Bella came on the show. You gotta slide down one. This lady came with a lot. She came with a lot. Who next? We ready on the Hunger Room.
Call it pop.
Afro Rican.
I am 1/8 the 18th. We gone.
Hiya. Shing.
Share.